Court is now in session. Today's case, Phase 5 of the MCU. Speaking of you, the audience, will act as the jury and submit your verdict in the comments below. Phase 5 of the MCU has been charged with failure to live up to the standards set by previous phases, as well as active alienation of its audience. Prosecution, you have the floor.
Here we go. Maximum effort.
Your Honor, members of the jury, if I may direct your attention to Exhibit 1, Kang. Marvel built its entire saga around a villain who not only was defeated in his debut film, but whose actor was so mired in controversy that when given the option, the studio cut ties with both the actor and the character, forming one of the biggest narrative pivots in cinematic history. Now, that role could have been recast. God knows they'd done it before, but Marvel decided it was in the best interest to scrap that whole Kang plan, in the process renaming Avengers the Kang Dynasty to Avengers Doomsday, in turn signifying that aforementioned pivot from Kang to Dr. Doom. Objection, Your Honor. Speculation. We don't know for a fact that Dr. Doom was never part of the plan. You see, Your Honor, even the defense has no idea what's going on. I object!
Come on now, dawg.
Objection sustained. Watch yourself, prosecutor. Moving on to Exhibit 2. The massive pile of homework that is the MCU. Didn't mean to rhyme there. The amount of additional content required to understand something like the Marvels is bordering on audience abuse. It doesn't help that there is a massive quality gap between something like, say, Guardians 3 and a series like Secret Invasion, a spy thriller with all the tension of a trip to the DMV, which we're expected to watch because, well, it's all connected. That is the promise, at least, even if we have seen other properties like the Eternals casually swept under the rug in the name of belated quality control. This would suggest that there is no grand plan, and that Marvel is simply creating more and more homework in the hope that it'll all just work out. Work, work, work. That's what this franchise has turned into.
Order, order! In my courtroom!
If that's not cause for audience alienation, I just don't know what is. Prosecution rests. Defense, you have the floor.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, Your Honor. I noticed, Mr. Prosecutor, that at no point did you mention Exhibit A, Loki Season 2. Curious, given the nature of Discovery. You also were very careful not to lend too much attention to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It's almost as if you do not want the jury to consider the artistic highs of Phase 5. This brings me to Exhibit B, a stale slice of toast.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do you like stale toast? Of course not. No one except a certified sociopath would. The same goes for a stale formula, and that is what Marvel has been avoiding for the sake of its audience, whom it loves. Phase 5 was a brave mix of formulas and genres which tested the bounds of what could be done with the superhero medium. Some, like Guardians of the Galaxy and Loki, became classics of the franchise, while others, like the Thunderbolts, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Agatha All Along, kept viewers' attention and entertained us all along the way. And certainly, there were missteps, but you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And lastly, before I complete my hefty monologue and finally go eat some breakfast, I must counter this foolhardy homework argument. What some might see as homework is in fact a reward for longtime fans. The emotional payoff of seeing Kamala Khan, Monica Rambeau, and Carol Danvers finally team up is only possible because of the groundwork laid in the television programs. It's not a bug, ladies and gentlemen, it's a feature. The defense rests. Prosecution, your rebuttal.
Here we go again.
I'm afraid a few bright spots don't make up for a generally lackluster and directionless phase. A single masterpiece and some rewarding lore aren't enough to save a sinking ship. Just look at the box office for the Marvels, Captain America Brave New World, and Thunderbolts, or the critical response to Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Ask anyone on the street whether they watched Secret Invasion. I've had the professional courtesy, by the way, to not bring up What If Season 3. Members of the jury, the prosecution asks that you find Phase 5 of the MCU guilty on all counts. And with that, the prosecution rests its case. The defense would only like to add that Phase 5, while messy, is a crucial transition period for the franchise. To judge it now would be like criticizing a caterpillar for not yet becoming a beautiful butterfly. I ask you, the jury, to understand in your deliberation that the MCU is not alienating its audience. It is simply treating them with respect. They are on this journey with Marvel, and while Marvel provides the routes available, it is the audience which drives the franchise forward. The defense rests its case. Well then, it is now up to you, the jury. Is Phase 5 of the MCU guilty of its crimes, or should it be set free? Leave your verdict in the comments below.